T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
On the planet. I am just like, I'm just really excited today. Like, I really am. I'm really happy. It's Happy Impact Day. I'm here with Santana. We are the dominating tag team here at Women's Wrestling Talk, of course, and we are here to talk some Impact, basically. Santana, are you okay? Because I know some things transpired tonight on the show that we'll get into, but are you okay?
I'm definitely, I mean, well, of course, yeah, I got kicked out the room, but, well, of course, I don't know how, but I don't know how, but I got kicked out. But Impact was really good tonight. I think one of my highlights would have to be Kenny King and Mia Yim starting a feud or something together. I thought it was quite interesting. Don't really like the fact that he grabbed onto her hair. You never touch a black woman's hair. Never. That's rule number 1. You never touch a black woman's hair. Let's start there. So other than that, I thought it was a pretty good show.
Yep, and we are a little late tonight, but we're still here. We're going to break down all the action beginning with before the Impact. My notifications have been going crazy because I've been at these shows. So this is the second week. We have some amazing footage for you guys on Instagram. It's also in the article that we posted.
I was just reading the comments, Lord. Shut up, Jalen.
I pinged you, by the way.
I know.
Right. Here we are.
Because she cut her hair, what does that mean?
But we have all the action. Let's just jump right into it. Shane Taylor defeats Crazy Steve. Man, coming out of, a debut like this and then getting a win is just remarkable, honestly.
With being his debut, being on Impact, to me, I thought that maybe he would have gotten a win. I mean, the crowd was into it. This is the first time he stepped into the Impact Zone, and he's going against someone like Crazy Steve, who's like, of course, a veteran here. And we really don't see Crazy Steve win a lot of matches or have a lot of matches either. It's always Black Taurus, and so I thought it was really interesting to know that Shane Taylor lost.
Yeah,
wasn't really expecting it, but I mean, hey, I would love to see more of him in Impact.
I think earlier I said he won. What I was trying to say was it was still a good debut match.
Yeah,
sorry, because I think I did give the win to Shane Taylor.
Yeah.
But no, Crazy Steve needs a win, and I mean, I'm only okay. So Aussie Open, they lost on BTI, which was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They lost to wait. No, that wasn't them. This is their debut tonight, right?
I thought they wrestled on BTL like last week. I could have sworn.
Who did they
And
play?
I believe that they won. I think I probably can pull up who they wrestled last week.
I just don't like I don't like the fact that Shane Taylor's taking the loss.
Well, it's kind of weird. Like I would never expected that.
But I mean, most people who come in and make their debut, they do kind of lose.
I
guess
that was Bullet Club that was in BTL last week.
Yeah, they
so basically this was their first. So what happened was they Ozzy Open did pop up on the show backstage interview with Gia Miller.
Yeah.
And then they had their match with Bullet Club tonight. Which here we are.
I think they're trying to make them look good because they are champions. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. But yeah, I really think that this was disappointing in a sense. Like, not gonna lie, like the results of this and then the results of this, I don't know, but good matches overall. I was there to see this match. Chris Bay and Ace Austin always put on a phenomenal match, whether they're in singles or tag or whatever. Aussie Open, don't know much about them, but
Yeah, pretty familiar with Aussie Open, of course. They are, affiliated with Will Ospreay.
Right.
And their whole thing in New Japan because they're holding the tag titles. Having their debut here and have them kind of come over into Impact, it kind of gives them something to do because, of course, we always see the Bullet Club main station is in New Japan. Yep. And sometimes Ace Austin and Chris Bay are over in New Japan, and maybe somewhere down the line, it's nice that we are starting to see a little bit more different tag teams coming in from New Japan or from the Indies, just having matches with Bullet Club. I don't necessarily know if it's like building them in a format, but it's just kind of like giving them a chance to try out some new talent, and have something for them to do in the meantime of them probably not really being in like a storyline or anything like that, really just going out there and wrestling. And all four of these guys put on a really, really good match tonight. So I mean, I'm just here to look at Chris Bay. But nonetheless, I thought it was a good match. And I mean, I hope maybe we may see more of Aussie Open. Maybe they'll wrestle some other tag teams that Impact has to offer.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll see. But moving right along, of course, they did get the win, as we said. And then we see a little celebration going in the back. Eddie Edwards, Kenny King, Matt, and Mike, of course, your new Impact World Tag Team Champions with Maria, of course. You can't forget about Maria, obviously. It was very interesting to see what their next move is because, let's just be honest, Eddie has a match with Josh. So
he does, and it seems as if like Kenny King has his eyes somewhere on the X Division champion. Maybe. I
mean, since he lost it,
he did.
Technically, he never won it, but he lost it in a sense of they had to restart the match.
I mean, eventually, at some point, almost all of Honor No More are going to be holding titles, and Kenny King is kind of going to be, well, maybe there, or maybe he, finds a way to get an opportunity.
Well, we have 2 weeks to find out that, and have Victory Road, which will be at that. We'll be at Fallout, and then we're going on. The Salt Shakers are going on tour.
We are.
So we're going
3-day tour.
3-day tour.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We're going. Well, I'm not going, but it still counts. As a whole. As a whole, we will be traveling from Mississippi to Nashville to Atlanta, and then of course Santana back to Mississippi. I almost said Atlanta, and then me back to Nashville. But we are doing Victory Road, so we'll have footage for that. We are doing Fallout, so we'll have 2 weeks of footage. Even more for October. It's been it's blessings on blessings on blessings. And then we'll even have footage for Battle Slam because we'll be in Battle Slam on September the 25th. If you watch the news, Gerard is a commentator on that promotion, and I think it's Southern Honor Wrestling. Maybe I know he works for another promotion. They do shows every first Friday. I think that's that venue that I went to with Ziggy Dice. But yeah, I don't know. Kenny King, I'm gonna pray about you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray too.
Okay. We also got Gia Miller, of course, the lovely and stunning
Pretty.
Gia Miller. Oh my God, she's just so pretty.
Yes.
And of course, she sung to the Good Brothers. They done lost, and then here come, Motor City Machine Guns, child.
Motor City. How can you not just like want to say that theme song? Like it just never fails. Saying that theme song, I think that is awesome. I thoroughly enjoy it. And I mean, honestly, this is going to be the last team that the Good Brothers face in Impact because they won't be here anymore. They've already made their arrangements back over into New Japan. So if you're not watching New Japan, then you're missing out.
You're missing out. But they will go face to face next week, of course. In the last match of the Good Brothers as of now for Impact. So you'll have to wait and see that. But let's get into some women because this is women's wrestling talk. So, and of course, the legendary hardcore country herself, Mickie James, says she is on the last rodeo and she wants us to take this journey with her. And man, it's about to get crazy because I'm just gonna say this: the tapings are not in order, so it really messes with you because, like
what you think is about to happen is not happening.
I had no idea this was happening tonight, but of course she got back in the ring. She gets her L. She's climbing back on the mountain. She says that one last time, she wants to be Knockouts world champion yet again. And all I'm going to say is I think that her dreams are going to come crashing down. Not saying that that's how I want it to be, but something tells me that at Victory Road, someone is going to, no pun intended, like make a stamp in the road, in the pavement. Someone is going to retire Mickie James.
Could it be at Victory Road or could it happen at Bound for Glory?
I don't know. That's a good one. Bound for Glory will be a bigger stage. And that is where they did, I think, the when
isn't that when she won the title though?
She did win it. She beat Deanna. That would be awful. I don't know. I just think it might happen at Victory Road. Like,
I mean, if it happens, because she's not scheduled to have a match
yet.
It hasn't been announced.
Correct.
A lot of the card has not been.
We know the match, but y'all don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just watching. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I told you we were in the room, and I was like,
"When did you?"
I told you like a couple days ago. Honestly,
where was
I know it was. It probably wasn't this week though, to be honest. So that's not a couple days ago. It was probably last week.
You might have to tell me again because
I feel like it slipped your memory. I'm gonna pull a Sean Ross stat right quick. He did his host, like he sent a message that they were talking about in the. So I'm about to do that now. He put it in the private chat. I'm about to Sean Ross stat.
Okay.
You don't remember?
Oh yeah, got it.
So yeah.
Oh.
So we know her opponent.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Okay.
Yeah. But we don't like to spoil anything. You will get the full footage of who is likely. There's a lot of people who's likely to challenge this woman because obviously a lot of stipulations here. Who doesn't want to retire Mickie James? That's like literally.
If I could, I would.
Okay. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it. We get to Mia Yim. And she's talking to Scott D'Amore, chopping it up, trying to see what's going on with her career, with her standing. She wants to get into some things. She wants to see what's new. But of course, for some godforsaken reason. Kenny King, and this is the problem with Ring like Honor No More. Besides Eddie, we see them all the time.
We do.
Like throughout the show, they are the consistent. Could you imagine a match between Honor No More and Damage Control?
I honestly feel like Damage Control would probably like.
I want to see Bailey versus Eddie Edwards now.
I give it as a German suplex.
Could you imagine like her belly to belly, Eddie and Win?
Woo!
Fantasy booking him, but he's sitting here. He has a few issues of his own. He's sitting there like, okay, I was robbed, even though he tried to rob somebody, like literally of their reign. Mike Bailey has had an amazing reign, putting on phenomenal matches that I've gotten to see. I didn't get to see the one with him and Trey, but that match was one of the best. And then he had a match also with Chris Bay, top tier. He had a match also with Rocky. What's his last name?
Yeah, Rocky Romero.
There we go.
They got
I saw that match live and that went crazy. But Kenny, you can't be doing this, okay? But you know, he finishes what he has to say, and then he gets a match, obviously. But before we get into that, because he's gonna have a surprise later in the show, we get to Steve Maclin, and Gia Miller just wants to know, like, are you working with Sami Callihan? What is going on? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, because we're going into a triple threat match, obviously, at Victory Road between Sami Callihan, Steve Maclin, and Moose. Three of some heavy hitters in Impact Wrestling and some top guys that aren't even going after a title shot. They have so much history with one another. And that is what I like the most, because of course we don't get to see this at the tapings, but it was good to hear what, you know, Maclin had to say. What do you think is going on?
I honestly think that Maclin is just playing the field. I think that he is going to work with Moose because, like I said, they have a common enemy, which is Sami Callihan. But I also feel like eventually, at some point, they're gonna, you know, in order to win the match, it's only one winner. Only one person can win this match. And
but
they're gonna mess up, and they're gonna let Sami win. They're gonna mess up, and Sami is gonna win because they're gonna be so focused on trying to beat the shit out of him, and then try to pin him, forgetting that only one of us can win.
Yeah.
So they're gonna totally forget about that, and then Sami's gonna clock both of their ass in the back of the head and choke them out, and then win.
Yeah.
So
here we are. Mickie James just posted my reel from tonight on her own page.
Shout out to the gang.
You know, it is what it is. I'm ecstatic right now. She did give the credit to Women's Wrestling Talk, so that's a win for us.
Woo-hoo.
And I love the fact that she even like downloaded it and like she put it as a post.
Yeah.
So sorry, y'all. I'm just like, okay, Mickie James. I just want to make sure we thank her and everything. But no, I don't know. I think that this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be time. I can't even speak on this because like I can't.
Just watch the next couple of episodes.
That's all I can say. Like, damn, why does it keep switching to my page?
Oh Lord.
So yeah,
I'll let you do your thing. So Kenny King ended up having his match tonight with a wrestler who debuted. I think his name is Yuya. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But
Yamiya.
I think
I don't know. I didn't know who he was.
But he made his debut tonight against Kenny King, and let's just say this match was starting off really, really well. Until, I mean, you interrupt Mia Yim, so
yeah.
Mia Yim decided that, well, now I'm going to interrupt you, and she comes out and she's kind of be a little bit of a distraction for Kenny King. And Kenny King tried to pin Yuya by putting his feet on the ropes, and Mia Yim knocked them off. And of course, Kenny King, being so distracted by Mia Yim, he decided that he wanted to go back and forth with her, and to the point where he literally puts his hands on her by grabbing her hair. Now,
and does
know the woman who made this wig for Mia Yim. Do not ever in your life grab a black woman's hair. Don't grab a wig at all whatsoever. You get kicked in the face, and that's exactly what Kenny King did. He got kicked in the face by Mia Yim, and then Yuya goes up to the top rope and defeats Kenny King with a flying crossbody pin and costs him the match. I would love going down the road to see Mia and Kenny King, to be honest. Let them fight a victory road at this point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it. I really wouldn't. Well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't,
you're gonna see what happens. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. This is for Masha Slamovich. I don't know if that was already read. And then this is let's pick your match stipulations.
Yes,
of course. Yeah, obviously. And then we see this weird ass photo of Sami Callihan. And then we see this weird ass photo of these creepy Eric Young and Cody Deaner. And then we get this.
It's cold. It is a cold, honey, a cold. These people cannot be trusted. They got these football players out here cheering like they finna go out there and play football or hang with pitchforks or something. He was welcoming him into the dark side, a darker place. And that's exactly what it seems like he was taking him. And honestly, I don't know what the hell they're going to do with these guys, but I am just like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Congratulations to that man. But let's move on to, of course, this is women's wrestling. So let's get back into it. Chelsea Green, your current one half of the Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, along with your current MLW Women's Featherweight Champion, your AAA Renadale Reigns Champion, and as far as our records determine at this time, she is still currently the first and still current XPW Women's World Champion, Taya Valkyrie. And they went head to head. This match was, for me, one of the matches of the night. I still have yet to see Chelsea Green and Deonna perform together. They literally gave me 2 singles matches of them. Literally, like, I think there were 2 matches in between.
That's awful.
Awful. I've never seen them as a tag besides a meet and greet. That's it. Just Victory Road? Like Fallout? Like
something, you know?
Something very much.
Am I going to Sin City? I bet they be in Sin City. I
would have loved. I bet you they do. I would have loved to see the match that they had over the weekend with Deonna Purrazzo as well, like live. They fought each other in a triple threat match for the MLW Women's Featherweight Championship, and it was such a good finish. Karen Jarrett was there, just being a bitch, just owning it and just screwing Chelsea. Obviously,
like she looks like that's her life.
Yeah, that match was great. I would have loved to see that. That match just had everything. Gosh, like some of these indie matches are just like
so much going crazy.
They're going crazy. But speaking of going crazy, these women definitely went crazy. Now, to no surprise, of course, we do see Deonna Purrazzo, there for her partner, and of course Jessica and Rosemary. Me again. Are there too. And then obviously, I mean, I think a lot of people were a little shocked, but Masha beating Deonna is something that I just feel like is solidified. Whereas like Taya beating Chelsea, I mean, and I can't even use the championship because obviously Deonna's a champion too. But just the notoriety, not to take anything away from Taya Valkyrie, I just don't think that Taya needed that win.
No, I mean
Chelsea kind of has been on a high for a while now since she defeated Mickie James. She has won some titles. She finally gets a championship, you know. And what's very interesting to me about Chelsea Green is like she's literally back in a company that she was a world champion in, and she never, not once, ever like was put into a like push start. Like she was not given like a championship soon as she came back. She wasn't like, I don't feel like, and I say this character wise, but I don't think they babied her in a sense. Now, of course, she's not contracted to Impact. However, you can tell when you're not contracted and you're doing meet and greets. Come on now, like
that's an attraction, you know.
Yeah, she definitely is. But shout out to Chelsea. Like I'm really happy. I got a really good video of them. Check it out on Instagram. The match went crazy.
And that little baby blue is cute. I like that Deanna's matching her, even though she's not wrestling.
Yep.
I like that. I don't mind them being a tag or anything like that. I think it just works because you just have two friends who are in real life. They both they feed off of each other really well. The chemistry is there. So I mean, like I couldn't see them tagging or being champions with anyone else but themselves.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that because Deanna mentioned that when we interviewed her. You know, I was like, I want you to name 3 people. She was like, no, there's just one. She was like, there's just one, Chelsea. And I think it's really nice to watch because you see the growth in Chelsea Green in women's wrestling, but then you also see the growth in Deanna in just wrestling, like, and Impact promotion. And I think Chelsea's definitely gotten her feet wet in a point where you could see like, and I'm not even kidding, like you could see like 3 to 5 Chelsea Green matches a week. Like a week. Like she'll pull up at GCW.
Different in all of them though. Like it's not like you get the Chelsea Green on Impact versus what you get at the GCW or at like a NWA, you know, or any of the other indie promotions like XPW or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you managed to get like a lot of different versions of Chelsea Green in the ring and outside the ring. Like especially when she's with Matt Cardona. It's on a whole different level. When she's with Matt,
each other on such a different like it's ridiculous how good they really are like for each other. But we don't know. Something obviously has to be next for these two because Chelsea gets a win, Deanna doesn't. So that still means you're kind of someone's still making you guys look good off of a rub. That's not bad. Like 1-1.
No, it's
not bad. But Deanna's probably gonna have to go up next. All I'm gonna say is enjoy these two while you can. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not meaning like them breaking up or whatever, but like enjoy these two on your screen as much as you can. But Jordynne Grace, of course, we're continuing with the women. Your Impact Knockouts World Champion currently catches up with Gia Miller, and I mean, I don't know. I'm ready to see the poison, though. I do have to say that. But of course, she walks in to this abandoned room, which I don't know why the hell she was going in there anyway. And she sees this message: Masha's gonna kill you. Obviously, I don't know if this is like, I remember when I first started going to the shows, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like that Masha's gonna kill you or so-and-so is gonna kill you, that was always a like Rosemary thing.
Yeah.
But maybe they just do whatever, you know, and give it to everybody because Killer Kelly could have used that too. But we'll get to her a little later. And then of course, you have any words for your grandpa?
I don't know what type of cleanse is supposed to be happening here, but get them in some Pepto-Bismol and go to bed. Please. like Pepto Bismol and send his ass to bed because
I'm gonna be granddaddy.
Sick of it.
Sick of it.
Leave my
Okay.
granddaddy alone.
Next up, we have some more men's action. This match was so weird because I didn't know it was gonna like. Poopinder really like built his character tonight, like on a totally different level. Like, of course, you know Brian Myers is still technically the champion. It's a little karma that he's had, you know, but of course, Poopinder actually, you know, decides to. I'm not going to say championship's advantage, but it's very interesting because knowing someone like Brian Myers, he's not going to count that as a win.
Mm-mm.
He might, but he's not done with Poopinder, obviously. But things happen, and then are we going to talk about the matches next week later?
Yeah. Hold on, I have to add these up in here actually. So
Okay, because I know Poopinder and them they do have a match that I think it was shown to air next week, right?
It was. I'm just waiting for it to load because I thought I added those in there, but I guess I didn't.
That's
so
fine.
I'm just letting them. I'm just waiting for this thing to process.
But before that, we'll get into some of the. Do you want me to move to this one?
Hold on. That's not it. Well, before we even got to that, we had this here. So
yeah,
we had that here.
Oh.
I'm moved out the way because this is okay. So just follow that one there.
Wait, we didn't talk about. Oh.
No, because that happened afterwards. So like all the other matches don't follow behind.
I was like, where the fuck? Motor City
I had to post these other ones. I had to add those on it because had to add those on because that's how.
Y'all know sometimes it gets spicy and dicey. They like to add stuff, so we have to add it too. We did see Gail Kim, of course. Hello, Gail. She's looking for Tasha Steelz, and she has a message for. She has a message for Steelz that Killer Kelly has sent. And obviously Killer Kelly is like some like I'm not gonna say she's some like sick freak, but she was like she likes when people watch or something. And I was like, Gail, please, this is anyway. Tasha Steelz was also accompanied. You said what?
Like, what is she getting at? Like, what do you mean?
Girl, I have no idea. Tasha Steelz was accompanied also by Savannah Evans, who looks absolutely stunning. I love to be able to see the growth in Tasha Steelz and Savannah. And it's really nice. But we'll see. It was announced that Kelly during the segment, Kelly and Alicia will have a match next week. And will Tasha show up?
I don't know. She's scheduled, but
I wouldn't. I wouldn't show up. And then, of course, next week we also have a ladder match between Brian Myers and Poopinder, and they will be going after the Digital Media Championship. This feud has been really good. This match was also really good from what I saw. I know, like, sometimes some of the matches, especially if it's the men, you know, sometimes I'm in and out. That's why I like to watch the matches when I get home too, because there's so much you miss anyway. Plus we do the post show, but also like even if we weren't here, I would still want to watch what I'm on. You know, you want to see that. And here it is, and she is announced. Tasha Steelz will be on commentary next week, maybe, unless she gets
attacked.
I don't know. Alicia has been really killing the gear lately.
Yes.
Killer Kelly has been one of the most she's one of the easiest people to film, honestly. She's so mystique and like majestic in the way she moves. She is the like smoothest person that I could like record. Like she's so good. I can't wait for you guys to see this footage. I'm sure people are like, well, who's not good to film? Everybody's good to film. I just think Killer Kelly, like she gives.
Some people are not the best to film.
If I was a photographer, like if I was like you, like a photographer, she would be like one of the few, her and Trey, of course, but like she would be one of the few women that I would feel like I could actually get a still shot of, because her background, her entrance, her mode, it's ridiculous. She's cutthroat, and we love to see it. But yes, before we get out of here, of course, we have a few other things to get into. Like this, the Good Brothers will be, as announced earlier in the show, they will be facing Motor City Machine Guns next week in their last match at Impact for now. It's going to be really curious to see, like, with all the rumors and alleged stories that we've seen from AEW, it's going to be really curious to see if the Good Brothers take that trip, or will they just, stick with New Japan or whatever. Who knows? Any quick predictions on this?
I'm always going with the Good Brothers.
Of course. I'm going to go with the Good Brothers too, even though I was there. I'm going to go with them though, because if I wasn't there, there's no way in hell you can, never mind. You can lose your last match. But damn, that just sucks. And then next week, we have Moose and Steve Macklin as a team, not team, versus a team that is a team, Decay, Crazy Steve and Black Taurus. Very interesting match. And Speedball will be, I saw this too, will be defending his X Division Championship against Dorada.
Like Laredo.
Dorada. I want to say Dorito, but I'm going to say Dorado. Yeah. Before we get out of here, though, before we get to our main event, we will be here at Victory Road to see who Masha Savage is going to pick for Jordynne Grace. Now, it is a live event, so we do not know. No, they didn't. Wait.
If you're talking about with Shawn Michaels, then yes.
Oh. I'm like, what? Anyway, I'm ready to see any guesses, just any names.
I don't even know. Like, hell, it could be Rachel Erling or some shit.
That would be hilarious. I think it could be Awesome Kong.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Maybe
as
Jade.
Oh, Jade is a good one. I see what you did there. As I continue to like break this down, the options of having someone who's already there does not make sense.
It would be stupid. It would be.
I'm just gonna give it to Lady Frost. I'm just saying she's still in contract, right? Allegedly.
If she wants to be paid, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be. This could be a way for them to like clear the rumors and shit.
Sure, I don't know. It could. Whoever it is.
I want it to be Taylor Wilde. Period.
She says she has been in talk with Impact, so
Yep.
It could be her. Hell, I don't know exactly who it could be. It could be the debut of somebody. It could be a return.
I want to see it be someone that Jordynne Grace has actually had history with, though.
It would make sense. It'll be a way to kind of get into her mind games a little bit.
Like if it was Rachel Ellering, that would be sick.
It should be TV, but we know that ain't gonna happen.
What if it's Max?
Dan Paula?
Yeah. What if it's Billy Starks?
Or TV? If
they wouldn't do they're not gonna do that.
Only if.
Oh my god.
She didn't have all them issues. If she wasn't,
she would fucking snap. She would snap on Jordynne, and then she would snap on Masha and take Masha's place at BFG.
And win the title. Or they make it a triple threat.
I hate this silhouette though. I don't know why. It's just so like who
It
looks
gives
like
me
that?
Gail Kim.
Oh, I'm
It
like
really gives me
who looks like that in Impact right now? But
Gail
it's Gail
Kim.
Kim. What if it's Gail Kim?
Oh, girl.
I don't.
What
Did you
did
see what
she
she
get?
did at PW Revolver?
Yes, whatever she got going on.
What if it's Gail Kim though? Real shit. Like, would you be mad?
I would be like, aren't you supposed to be in the back?
Could you imagine like Jordynne Grace going over Gail Kim in 2022?
Oh my God.
That's the match I don't want to see though.
But I don't feel like that match would end that way. I feel like Masha would probably jump her ass.
I feel like that's gonna end either way.
Either way.
And I think
Oh,
that
Renee Michelle.
that's a good one. I do think that whoever is in, I think we're getting a triple threat at Bound for Glory, and that's why I feel like they're bringing someone back. Because this brings them back, just like how they did with Cordona and Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Like they came back and they came back strong. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course it was. I think it was Slammiversary, maybe.
Maybe it was Taya Dashwood.
Absolutely.
No, she don't feel bad.
Please do not piss me off. Like
TV.
TV is crazy. Santana, please don't piss me off.
What if Woe did Impact? I wouldn't mind the Woe. The Woe, the Woe and Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace will have a interesting time with the Woe. I tell you that
Miss
much.
LeRae.
Ooh, that'll be interesting. But I wouldn't want Candice to lose though.
I mean, I don't think she loses. I think she gets put in the BFG match. And I think, and I'm just going out on a limb, I don't think that Masha's winning against Jordynne Grace. I think that someone is going to take a title and someone is going to take a reign. And that's how you build your star. That's just it. If you have a triple threat match that's built from Victory Road, and then you move up, and then now everyone's into it, everyone's attacking each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I didn't like about, well, I didn't mind Becky winning it because of the story, because she didn't have anything.
Right.
Like Ronda had the title. Charlotte literally 10 days, maybe. I don't even know if it was 10 days before, like on a SmackDown, beating Asuka and people pissed. Like, it has to be someone, like, you have to allow someone like Masha. I wouldn't mind Masha being a champion, but if you do this in a triple threat, no, absolutely the fuck not. For if y'all are going to save Jordynne Grace and put in someone just for Masha to pin them, that's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Because it'd be like, well, Masha never really beat Jordynne.
Exactly. And then she's going to be here. And then what? She's going to beat her again. And then
we'll move the hell on.
Masha just is champion. But then
until she meets up with Killer Kelly.
You think that's how they're passing?
Yeah, they would. I mean, they're kind of they're on the high with Killer Kelly. Killer Kelly got to go through, her thing with Tasha, and
she's getting big contenders too.
She is.
Masha got a lot of people who a lot of people didn't know.
No, a lot of just indie girls just coming in and just going out there just to have a match and lose. That's really all they're there for. The only bigger person name that she really got was when she started with Havoc. Giselle Shaw, Deanna. Well, she doesn't. That doesn't count. But like Havoc and Madison Rain and Tennille Dashwood, Giselle Shaw. People that she's actually put on her kill wall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What I do like is everyone takes a hit. Not like how it can be in WWE sometimes where the same woman gets cashed in on, or the same people are main eventing, or like sometimes it's refreshing that everyone's taking a hit, where it seems like But here we are. A lot of guesses. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but Eddie, you are welcome. You can send a nice card. You can send edible arrangements. I don't know, but you've been on a winning streak. I went to the Kentucky show. You beat Ace Austin, and I was laughing to the top of my lungs. You are now the number one contender for the Impact World Championship. Okay. Not only that, you literally did what I needed you to do, and you beat the shit out of Heath. Thank you. Now we're on the same page. Oh. That's the same page. So we're not even gonna waste time on.
Please ignore me. That's just.
Because let's just be honest. Like, this match was really good. Don't get me wrong. But who in the hell thought Heath was gonna be Eddie Edwards, the number one contender? No, that's not how this works. And Heath, you need to learn how to mind your business, because you sitting here and getting in people's business. And then guess what? Y'all love Heath so much. Wait until what y'all see what he did.
Next week?
I don't know.
Week after next, maybe.
You said what?
I said next week.
Am I muted?
Week after next. Are you muted? I can hear you talking. What are you talking about?
I don't know what the hell is going on right now. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if it's next week or the... What?
I'm asking. Are you saying next week or the week
What
after?
happens when you work full-time jobs and then you start getting tired, you get sick.
Are you hearing things like, hello, is it me?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you just answered your question.
What I was saying was, I don't know if it's next week or the week or the day before Victory Road. Yeah, I don't know. But he gonna do something. I guarantee you that. He ain't gonna turn on nobody. I ain't gonna do you like that. But I'm gonna tell you something. He did something, and he need to mind his regular ass business, because I'm sick of it. Now, I ain't found nobody that I don't really like on the whole roster. And by God, it has to be Heath, the man with the children. I'm so pissed.
You know, shout out to the kids.
If I sent you a video, could you play it?
Now?
Yeah, on here.
If you send it to my email, probably.
Okay. I want you guys to see what happened. I should have did this earlier, but when I saw this picture, it made me think. I want you guys to see the after taping. Let's just say that. I want you guys to see something.
Live footage.
I got you guys some. I'm gonna spoil you guys just a little bit. Let's see.
Little bit.
I have maybe a preview. Might be a spoiler for some, like myself. But I'm gonna actually send you two of them, because it's actually, we're gonna play some videos, because we are gonna go to bed in about an hour anyway. So
we definitely are.
Definitely. Probably earlier. What I'm trying to find you guys footage of is like Eddie Edwards, basically. So you guys can see, because I didn't even post this stuff. I did on Twitter, but I know some people just follow me on what you call it. It's sending, but it says wait. Okay. So I don't know. But yeah, for those that are waiting on the videos, like Santana, for those that are tuned in watching at home, do you think Eddie Edwards will be doing this at Victory Road?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, looking at it as of right now, it's possible.
Yeah.
But it also seems as if, like, you know, Eddie does have Josh's number. Eddie has more people than Josh does, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Rich Swann came out there to try to assist. Heath tried to assist too, you know. But it seems as if, like, Josh is going to need some better enforcers on his side, honestly. In order to take down Honor No More, you have to get rid of them one by one.
Okay.
By two, you know.
Okay.
So that
my counter argument to that is, if they're unstoppable, then what do? You
beat them at their own game.
Okay. I like how you think.
Although they may be unstoppable, there's always someone that's invincible.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get beat at your own game, then
could you imagine Shane Taylor Promotions coming in and just kicking everyone's ass?
that
Like
will
it
be
destroys
hilarious.
Honor No More, like as because they all have history in Ring of Honor, correct?
That is true. That is true.
It could easily happen. I don't think the Shane Taylor thing was a one-off. I do think that there has to be a build for it because we were in Texas and it makes sense, you know, to have that. But that was the first video, so you guys can see the ending from a different angle.
And then here's the second video.
This will be the scene at Bound for Glory. Period. This is going to be it. You see? They're all holding titles. And what is Kenny doing? Holding his damn fist together because he's losing his mind.
This is going to be me and Kenny King if he ever touched Mia Yim.
I just need
this out.
Play the first video one more time. Because that's how we're going to end it. Yeah, why does it not show it? It's so weird. Okay.
Literally only stops like there.
Oh, that sucks. I literally was about to drop my phone.
I think that's where it probably stopped there when you drop your phone.
But yeah, thank you. Shout out to Santana for posting those videos on here so you guys can see. That was the Impact post show. We are here every Thursday. Every Thursday. We love it. I'm so excited for Santana to see. I'm so excited for all of you guys, but specifically Santana to see what chaos that we will be in store for Victory Road, because I don't think anything. I'm going to say this. I don't think there's anything on that card that's going to be put on that card that's predictable. Not one match.
No.
Truly. I really don't. I really, really don't. But before we get out of here, of course, thank you guys for following us and sharing. We're on YouTube, Facebook Live, and we are live on Twitch still. So make sure you check out all the broadcasting, of course, tomorrow night. Well, for some of us, later on today. SmackDown and AEW Rampage post-show with none other than Santana and Stephanie, of course. No show Saturday. No Turnbuckle Glam on Sunday. But we did do a show this past Sunday. I'm sorry, on Monday, actually, for Labor Day. So make sure you check out all those looks. And then, of course, we will be back because there's no show on Sunday either. We will be back on Monday. The Salt Shakers will be here to discuss all of the chaos. I'm going to say on the #1 show in WWE. Can I say that now?
You can say that.
We've been doing this for damn near like 8-9 months. And it was you know, it's so crazy because, like, I know this sounds cliche, but, like, doing the post show for Raw in wrestling makes me, like, I'm patient because, like, we did it. We were doing it just, you know, like, that's where we knew our schedule would meet. You know, it wasn't necessarily Monday Night Raw. It wasn't anything. It was literally where we could do it and, you know, do it together. That show has turned into one of the best sports entertainment pro wrestling shows every single week. Thank you, Triple H. This makes our job so much easier, to be honest, because there was a lot of nonsense that we have to report. But now
I'll be going to sleep.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you guys are used to, especially with the Salt Shakers, I know we normally go an hour. If you see some of the shows like a Monday Night Raw, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you're gonna get the same content. You know, so make sure you tune in. But normally we go an hour anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
Normally go longer on Impact though.
No, definitely. If you see a shorter show, just don't be nervous or just watch it. It's a show, you know. It's still there. Santana, of course, you guys can Google her. That's it. With me, I am trying to take a social media break that I've been trying to take for 2 weeks now, and it's not working. And I've been really quiet about it because it's been awful. And you know what? When you take social media breaks, and I don't know if anybody else deals with this, But sometimes it makes me want, like, when I tell myself I'm going to take a break, I post more, and then I tell myself, okay, tomorrow I'm not going to post, and then I end up
You just
forgetting.
gotta do it, honestly.
Yeah.
You just have to do it.
I want to. I know I'm not going to be. It's easier for me not to be on Twitter. Instagram is kind of where I've kind of been getting not noticed, but like it's growing. Like I'm not at 10K yet, but you know, I'll be at 10K. I'm at 4610. That's like
You mean growing, you know?
like a
So
C
you be
lister.
up there, so you be at 13K.
Like a
You
C.
know,
Like
and 15 and 20 and 25K and
I
30K.
tell you one thing, it don't matter how many followers we got. Y'all need to go check out that motherfucking website. Okay. Because y'all editor-in-chief has been showing out. Like we also have Hispanic Heritage Month started on September the 15th, ending on October 15th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We
start Hispanic Heritage Month next Thursday. So
save it, please, Lord Jesus.
I am going to save it. We're opening up the show with a performance by none other than your favorite culture vulture herself. You'll find out.
Listen, next week, y'all, I might be a little late. Santana's gonna start the show at 11:30 immediately. Y'all know I commute, so sometimes traffic and stuff. Oh my God, it's literally.
So while Nickie gets here late, that's where our performance is gonna take place. Waiting for tonight.
Oh my God, y'all, please go check out the website. Jennifer Lopez is not on there, but there's a possibility she's gonna be here singing Ashanti songs next week.
We're gonna do a Super Bowl performance.
No, you're gonna do. Oh. Oh. Oh.
What am I gonna do?
It's time to go. Y'all have been tuned in to nothing but the best. Girl, I forgot what we was for a minute. Oh.
I want to know what you mean by that, but off camera.
Hold on.
Thank you.
They can see her.
Thank
you so much. Yes, we love it. I got, because y'all have to see her reaction before we get out of here.
But anywho,
we're not doing that.
Anywho,
but although she does have some hits, okay, I never listen to it unless I listen to like Selena. That's about it.
People are gonna grow up and think that that woman is Selena, and it's a biop. Okay. This is the Salt Shakers. Of course, we are the dominating tag team here. We're coming up on a year anniversary. It is really crazy.
Next month, honestly.
Next month.
But it's been a year for me as a host.
Mm-hmm.
It happened in August.
Yep.
Next month, it'll be a year for me being editor-in-chief.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah, baby.
I believe that I started October, but I think it was actually November the 1st. Honestly. I know that sounds crazy, but I really think I started November the 1st. I can't remember. But we're here. We're coming up on a 1 year. They really do. We're coming up on a 1 year here at Women's Wrestling Talk. It really does. It feels so. It's anything has, you know, moments where you're happy, you're sad, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter, but to be able to be put in this position, sometimes it takes you to do stuff like this to realize what your passion really is, and then if you tend to forget your passion, then you start to remember what you were saw out to be, no matter what. With that being said, it's been amazing. I've only been a singles competitor for about 2 weeks, and it was like a week.
It was supposed to be 6 to 8 months, but
I wanted to die.
I wasn't given that option. I was only given a week to recover and make it back to the ring. And then when I came back, I got attacked. Yeah. We got attacked on our way to the arena.
Yeah. So and we want to make and if you guys don't know, Mickie James posted the reel that we posted tonight. And it's never like I know I can speak for Santana. Santana doesn't let people speak for her a lot. But I do know that I can say this, that when it comes to the Salt Shakers, it's not an I, it's a we. And I think that's important to say for Women's Wrestling Talk as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what I get out of this. I've been blessed to get so much out of this already. But that's not the goal. The goal is to make sure that you guys understand that Women's Wrestling Talk is truly the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. Like, and when we say that, we mean that because there are so many wrestlers that all of us have built so many different relationships with to make this happen. And I think we're just on a different speed right now from a year ago, you know, and we want to, with that being said, we want to thank everyone for the support and growth and just sticking with us. And, you know, even when we have late shows like this, it's 1 o'clock for us. But we love to do it. And even if we seem like, you know, a little tired or whatever, we still, this is the enjoyment that we get. And yeah, so come back on tomorrow. Well, later today, if you're on our time zone. And don't forget that Women's Wrestling Talk is the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. And when we say it, we mean it. Just like what our CEO says. Ciao.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.